I want to just make sure that if you've got a girlfriend and you don't see her all the time, you're not living with her, for instance, we want to make sure that she's not a freelancer, and I'll run through some tips, okay? So the first one, number one, is she's always available late at night. She doesn't have a job, but she's up every night and she's free to drink. Now, if a girl has a job, obviously she's going to have to get up in the early morning, isn't she, to go to that job. There could be the argument that she works in the evening, but then if she worked in the evening, she wouldn't be able to meet you. So that's something that might arouse a little bit of suspicion if she's always available, and especially at night. Number two is she avoids job questions. So you're with your girl, you've been with her a couple of weeks, and you're asking her questions. You want to know about her life. So do you work? And she avoids these questions. She just doesn't want to talk about any jobs. Vague responses like, I do online work, or I help my friend in her shop, and things like that. She can't be very specific to say where she gets her money from. That's a big red flag, okay? Number three is instant sweetness. So you've met a Thai girl, and within a very short period, she's all over you, calling you tilak or baby or darling, and very touchy-feely, always holding your hands, because a regular Thai girl wouldn't do that. They don't show emotion in public. That's just a Thai thing. Unlike the West, where you can see guys and girls kissing in the street, hugging each other and holding hands. It's just something that's not done in Thailand. It's a cultural thing. Now, if you go to a tourist area like Khao San Road or Nana Plaza, somewhere like that, then you might very well see girls with foreigners and they're hugging and kissing in the street, but it's not the norm. So if you meet a girl and you consider her your girlfriend, and she's very, very sweet, from the word go, then that's another red flag. Number four on my list today is money talks. Money talk starts quickly. So again, a regular Thai girl, she's not going to be asking you for money. Even if she did hint, it would be a long way down the line. If she needed some kind of help with bills and things, she certainly wouldn't come out. But she might come out with things like, oh, my phone's broke and my rent's come in and I don't have money to pay the rent. I've got a sick auntie, the usual sort of stories. Regulars to my channel know what I'm talking about. Number five on my list today is suspicious social media accounts. So if she's locked her accounts, or she likes to take lots of selfies by herself and not with you, always when she's very dressed up very well, she's always taking selfies, and she's reluctant to let you go and have a look at her Facebook account or whatever it is, social media, and she's got a lot of foreign guys following her. It's mainly foreign guys. Okay, that's a big red flag, because some of the girls, the girls are freelancers. What they'll do, they'll have more than one social media account of the same brand. So it might be Facebook. She might have one account that she shows you that's got pictures of her hometown and her mother and all the rest of it on there. And then she'll have another one which is locked that you can't access. She won't even show you. And that'll be the one where she contacts other men, sponsors and things like that. So again, social media, you've got to keep an eye on that. If she's very, very secretive about it, that's a big red flag again. Number six, she often disappears. So what will happen? You'll meet her every other day or whatever, and she'll say, look, I can't meet you this week. I can't see you for a week. I've got to go back home because my mother's sick, or I've got to go and visit an aunt or something like that. The chances are one of her regular clients has come into town. He wants to take her off for the islands for a week, or he wants to spend time. She's going to make more money in the short term from him than she is from you on the long term. So they often disappear, and this can be another red flag that you've got to watch out for. Number seven, she's secretive about her past. She mentions living in Nana, Phuket, but she's visiting friends. She's very secretive about where she lives. She'll never let you go to see where she lives, and when you ask her about it, she's very... she just won't answer the question about where she lives. She's always hanging around tourist areas. Another red flag there. Number eight, she knows the bars and the hotels and prices very, very well, too well actually. Short time rooms, things like that. Again, a regular Thai girl, she wouldn't know how much a short time room is because she just wouldn't, okay? So if you're with a girl and she's very familiar with the bars and hotel prices and things like that, again, another red flag. I'm trying to whiz through this really quick so it's not too long for you today, guys. Number nine, she only wants to meet at hotels or your place. She's never interested in going out in public, just wants to relax in private. She avoids being seen in restaurants and cafes, and anywhere she might be seen by other people. So again, if she's playing with lots of different guys, sponsors, and you now consider her your girlfriend, the last thing she wants is for somebody to spot her out on the street and approach her and maybe ruin her chances with you long term, because you might be, although you're not yet financially supporting her, the fact that she's your girlfriend, or you think she's your girlfriend, that comes later on down the line. Number 10, her English is good, but she's had no formal education. So again, a lot of these girls, they leave school very, very young, or they have had very little education, yet their English is very, very good. Why? It's because they've been hanging around tourist areas. They're speaking with tourists. You know, they're going off with tourists to hotel rooms and things like that. And over the years, the English becomes quite very well spoken. If you go into a venue, if you go onto a street, for instance, a normal regular Thai street, into a marketplace, and try speaking English to a lot of the people, the majority of them will know a few words only. They won't be able to speak very good English in a regular setting. You know, you're going to somewhere like Lotus or one of the big department stores. Some of them can speak a few lines. A lot of them can speak a few words, but most of them can't really speak. You go into Nana Plaza or Soy Cowboy, a lot of the girls can sit down and have a real good conversation with you. That's because they've learnt over the years, and it's the same with freelancers, okay? Number 11, she has multiple phone or SIM cards. Now, this is a big, big giveaway. I remember years ago, not too many years ago, a couple of years ago, when I first got here, I was sitting in a cafe next to Soy 15. I forget the name of it. It could be called Tom Tom's, but they've got an outside area. And I was there, I was walking back from Terminal 21. I'd had dinner in Terminal 21. It was now about 7 p.m. And I walked by and I fancied a nice coffee outside, because it's nice to sit there and watch people walk by. And there was a girl sitting there, probably about 25, and she had 4 mobile phones laid out on the table in front of her, and she's constantly monitoring these 4 phones. So the reason for that is she might be tied up with certain agencies, or she might have one number for one guy, another phone for another guy, so she doesn't want to get mixed up. So if, you know, say the wrong name. So if one particular phone rings, she might even have a name taped on that phone, you know, John on one and Peter on the other and David on the other, you know, and if David phone rings, she can immediately pick up, say, "Hi David, how are you?" And there's no confusion. So if your girlfriend has at least more than one phone, maybe 2 or 3 phones, that's a big, big suspicious, a big red flag. Why has she got 2 or 3 phones? And if you ask her why, she'll probably say something like, "Oh, you know, one's for her family and one's for work," something like that, even though she doesn't work. Number 12, she pressures you to send money earlier on, even if it's subtle, like saying you don't care if you don't help. Any artificial pressure in the first few weeks is a massive red flag. So again, regular Thai girls will not ask you for money. They'll either be working, they'll have their own jobs, or they just won't ask you, okay? If a girl asks you for money from day one, there's something wrong there, and the chances are she's probably a freelancer. Number 13, she avoids introducing you to her friends and family. You'll never meet her friends, family, or even see her local neighborhood. If she's legit, you'd at least hear some real stories or meet somebody eventually. And again, this is, you're not really her boyfriend. In her eyes, you're a customer, and she's stringing you along. And for her to, she can't take you to her neighborhood, even if she's, if you're in Bangkok and she lives in Bangkok, because she just can't, because, you know, the family is going to say, "Who is this guy? You know, is he your boyfriend?" And they're going to expect to see more of him. So again, if you want to see her room where she lives, you say, "Look, I just like to see how a real Thai person lives. Can we go to your room and take a look?" And she's like flat no every time. Then again, it's very, very suspicious. Number 14, she's always in a tourist area. She's never at home. Her home is always somewhere vague, far away, or she avoids the topic. She prefers hanging around Sukhumvit, Soy Cowboy, or Ceylon. That's because it's a freelancer's hunting ground. Sukhumvit, obviously a tourist area, and Cowboy, Ceylon, all those sort of areas. You've got the Therme coffee shop there, packed to the rafters with freelancers all in there. So, you know, if that's the only places she likes to hang out, then again, lots and lots of red flags coming up if that's, you know, the scenario. Number 15, she constantly takes selfies, but never with you. So especially when she's dressed up, I think we've touched on this, but again, if she's really dressed up, she's got the makeup on, she's had her hair done professionally, and she's always out there taking selfies in front of nice cars, restaurants and things, you want to be in a photograph with her, and she might say, "Oh, maybe later or two." appease you. She might take one or two, but she's not really that interested. The reason she's doing that is because she wants the latest glamour shots so that she can put them up wherever she advertises herself, okay? Number 16, she has a fancy lifestyle with no job. So again, if you're with this girl and you're not supporting her and you know she's not working and she has the latest iPhone or the latest Android phone, she has a top, one of the designer bags, she's dressed real nice, she has a bit of gold on her wrist and a chain, where's she getting the money for this?